Hello again, it's Brian. I just wanted to quickly interrupt and remind you that you can visit voidsignal.net or patreon.com/voidsignal to sign up for the Void Signal Patreon. We have a growing community. Our movie club is back in full swing, and there is hours and hours of content on there. Discussions covering a variety of topics. There are poems, short stories. There's going to be a whole host of weird and bizarre things up there very soon. I'm so excited for people to see what gets made from the Void Signal camp next. So yeah, come and join us, help us make weird stuff, and join a growing community of neurodivergent weirdos that want to have good conversations. Anyway, in the meantime, stay safe, stay loud, and take care. Hello, welcome to Void Signal. Today we're talking to my friends, people I've had on the show before, Sam Franco, BARA HARI, and David Dutton, genCAB. Both of you I have not spoken to in a little bit. Like, it's been an amount of time since we have spoken, but it is good to talk to you both again. And the reason that you are here today is that you're collaborating. How great. I love it when people I know do things together. I get to feel all smarmy about it. But thank you both so much for making this work and, taking some time to come have a chat with me.
Of course, always a pleasure.
So how did this come about? What is the story of this? Because, I mean, honestly, of all the sort of scene people I know, if this isn't a match I would have picked out. Does that make sense? And I don't mean that,
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I think actually, David, I think you found me through the Aesthetic Perfection chat. Like, I went in to vote for one of my friends for the opening act, and somebody brought me up, and then you actually checked out my music, which was like insane that you actually followed through with that. And I think that's how we started talking. Like, I don't know, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because it was after LA, and I was just like, oh my god, there's so much good stuff in LA. It's like ridiculous. So I literally, I checked it out, and I was like, it's awesome. And I think you knew like Adra and all that stuff, and like
Glass Battles. That's who I knew. That was like our mutual, I think. And then after that, like, we just started talking about music a lot, and we found that we have very similar tastes, which like a lot of it is actually not, I guess it's like outside of the scene. Like, we connected over Jeff Buckley and like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we found out.
I was like doing stuff like not like this. So it's always like refreshing, because then people, whenever you do this, people are like, oh, you like Suicide Commando? And I'm like, not really my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? So whenever I hear something,
no shade, no shade,
no shame in that. But like, it's everyone just assumes that, and I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like right before I was doing this, I was doing like shoegaze and post rock music. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess like we figured that it would be fun to marry our different styles, and I think we got something pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would, not only that, like, oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just going to interject really quick and say that I would agree. And that's the thing that is sort of true of like kind of the three of us. And I think, I've exchanged music with Sam a bunch, and David, you and I have like sent each other music and everything. But like people who like love music, like love weird shit of like, outside the norm. So it's cool to me that like you bonded over a like, oh, we both like this fucking whatever terrible thing. I'm sure it's great, but it's
I mean, I grew up in the scene, and like as a teenager in LA, like I used to go to a lot of shows, and like at the moment I turned 21, I would go see like all the whatever insert XYZ bands here, and I was really into like future pop and EBM and stuff, and I grew up listening to like A-pop, Tigma, Berserk, but then also like The Cure, and then also Amy Winehouse. So I kind of like never like to listen to one genre of music for too long, because I get bored in the box. But then that also, whenever I go to write a song, I'm just like, okay, I want to make a song that sounds like this, and then it sounds like this, and I gotta pick a lane sometimes, but it's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. And I think the sort of you and David's disparate styles, both of you are sort of not neither one of you are like falling easily categorized or easily popped into a genre. Like you're both sort of kind of doing your own thing in sort of uncharted directions at times. So this was, I wasn't sure what to expect going into listening to this, but after listening to it, it was, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful collaboration and a wonderful mixture of your two styles to make something very heartfelt, very romantic, very sort of outside the box of what I was expecting. But after birthing this thing and making it into this thing, like, how did it get to be what we see now?
It's weird. It's been a while, but it didn't take that long. It was like a series of like accidents, stuff that happened that kind of delayed it. Because I think you sent me the thing like the beginning of July last year, like the idea.
It was like a year ago. Yeah, I just decided that I'm gonna like try harder to be a songwriter and less of a producer, because I think that I was like relying on production too much, and now I want to write songs. So I just wrote something out. Like I wrote some lyrics out, and I wrote a little bit of it on the piano, and I sent him an idea, and I was just like, I don't know, you're probably gonna hate this, but this is an idea that I had. And then he literally like a week later or something is like, what do you think of this? And it's just like this fully produced amazing thing. He just ran with it.
Nice.
I think it was like I don't know, my time's all fucked up.
No, that's right. I think, that's the way I remember it too.
Yeah.
Like, you did that, and then within a week, because you already had you had the first verse and you had the chorus. So I was like, oh my God, this is like, so it's going to be, easy is not the right way to describe it. I was just like, I knew I'd be able to get my idea out. And then I was concerned, like hoping that you would like it, because I felt like I kind of like ran with it at that. And I was like, oh, if she hates this, then like, I feel like it did.
I was super grateful for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, I literally have no idea what comes next. And then you figured it out. So, I mean, I guess as far as collaboration goes, that's the dream, where you have two people that are capable.
Well, that's the funny thing, because I haven't had like a direct one like that. Yeah, actually, it's funny. Even like when you contact me, it was like weird, because whenever anyone wants to do anything with me, they're like, "Oh, do you want to remix this or whatever?" And like, if I have time, I will. But in particular, that day that you hit me up, like 2 other people hit me up about doing remixes, and I was just like kind of burnt. Like I'm still literally sitting and like I've done remixes for other people. I think I have like an hour's worth of stuff I've done for other people that's not even out yet.
Of remixes?
Like other people's stuff. And I was like, I just don't want to be like boxed in that for a while. And then you hit me up with a collab, and I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. Like literally like working on a new thing or whatever.
Yeah, so, and it's crazy that we can do that from complete opposite sides of the country.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like David and I have never met in person.
I think this is our first time I'm like talking to you.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
we just message.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to meet David in person and behold his handsome visage. It was remarkably intimidating. I got to watch him eat a cupcake, and
you did get me.
You do.
And you were so turned on.
Let's not here. We'll say. But I mean, it was, I'm glad that you two sort of were able to make this collaboration happen so easily from the sound of it, of, like you said, sort of a dream, sort of a mashup of I don't know what the fuck happens next. And, making up for the deficit of the other person of like, well, what about this thing? And having it work and flow together. Cool, great. Gonna do it again, you think? Or just gonna try this one?
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of like talked about it, and there's one other, I'm like, oh, how much can I talk about? Like,
there's one other thing that I have involvement in, but it's he did all the heavy lifting. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I'm just the cherry on top.
Gotcha. Okay. Whereas
but I do have other stuff that like I do, like, I'm like, oh, we'll go one at a time and see. I don't want to be like, there's all this stuff. You want to do this?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely, this is the year that I wanted to do, like, focus on collaborations and playing lives. So I guess I checked off both of those boxes.
Yeah,
I just wish I could do it more.
Yeah, I was going to mention that you've been playing some live shows, and I'm so happy for you. I've made sure to check out the video and see your performance and everything. Fantastic from the look of it. Unfortunately, I've been too busy, with my own nonsense or whatever I do to be able to squeeze down there. But and congratulations on getting that part done of going out playing some shows. How have they been? Well, what is your how has that gone?
I mean, I got really lucky with my first show because it was at an established venue here in LA, and I wouldn't say this is lucky because I was very much looking forward to meeting Ashes Fallen, but Ashes Fallen were supposed to be the middle act of the show that I was a part of, and they all got sick, so they couldn't make it, and because of that, I got bumped up into the middle slot. So for my first show ever, I got the middle slot, and I built-in crowd, sold a bunch of merch, got a bunch of new fans, and it was great. The sound guy was capable, and the venue was good, and the response was really good. I got very spoiled with my first show.
And hats off to James and Michelle and everybody from Ashes Fallen. Really great people.
Yes. I was so bummed out because we were talking a lot leading up to the show. And then just the day before, they all got sick. So it was a bummer. But I'm sure our paths will cross eventually.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, the scene is not that big, so
no, it's not. But we're all over the place.
We're all in the same toilet, and we are just—it's a matter of time until we see each other again.
Eventually, it's all
we're all buying the same eyeliner.
Meet each other in the.
Yep, correct. That's how it works. Oops, sorry. But that's great. I'm glad that was your first experience. I mean, unfortunately for Ashes Fallen, but good for you in your case. I'm happy for you that it turned out. David, it's been some minutes since we heard anything of a genCAB showy kind of a thing. What's what's up over there? Yeah.
I don't know why I can't it's hard to get booked out here. I don't know if it's just I never know what's going on until it's announced. It's one big thing because I did another album, so I think a lot of that is to blame. I was just focused on that, but
sure.
This was the year I was I'm gonna play because I got my buddy Tim is in the area. He just got married, so he doesn't have to think about the wedding anymore or anything like that. So it's just we're gonna play, and then
yes, congrats, Tim.
Yes, if you're out there, Tim. He did that, and then I was gonna book more, and then I just kind of was well, now I got to finish this, and then after I did that, I just kind of I'm I don't know what to do, which is funny because I think I actually haven't read the email yet, but while I was trying to figure out how to get on here, I think something happened to the one show I had confirmed in September, but I don't want to. I'm gonna read that after this, and I'll let you know what happens. But I don't know what happened with that. Other than that, though, I do have 3 other shows that I can't mention yet. One is international. That's pretty cool because I other than a couple Canada shows I did a couple years ago, I haven't taken this thing anywhere else. So that'll be sick.
Yeah.
But I guess I have an album coming out in September. I guess that's that's the long roundabout.
Okay, that's fair. Perfectly.
The shows will come after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll worry about it. Yeah, afterward. Okay, great. Thanks for writing a new album. As I understand it, you have fans, and they will be. I kid, but I'm sure they will be elated to hear that you've got another record under you. This is exciting news. You have been busy. Actually, this is your.
I've been going hard, and I wasn't even planning it. So I don't know. It's a good problem to have. I guess, especially since I'm not really doing anything else.
Yeah. And it seems like your spark has kind of found you again.
Yeah, I guess it's so funny because I did the first thing in 2008, and then I just blanked for 6 years. And I was I guess I'm not that kind of person.
You had to go
like
live.
now it's just, what's that?
You had to go live. You had to go like have a thing. You know, you gotta refill your wellspring.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, now it's all coming out. Coming out of every orifice. It's awesome.
Oh, delightful. Oh,
yes.
You know how to keep it titillating on Void Signal. Thank you, David.
Beautiful mess.
What a beautiful picture that paints.
Oh, magnificent. Oh, glorious.
It's like a trauma movie.
Yeah. Pretty damp, a lot of liquid. Well, thank you so much for, coming to be on the show again and, have a chat about this collaboration. What do each one of you have sort of, and Sam, I know you mentioned maybe doing an album this year. Is that right?
Album? No.
Okay.
But I do have, I have this song coming out, and then I have a cover, and I did sing on somebody else's track. I don't know if that's coming out. And I do have 3 more songs that are in the works, and hopefully will be out by the end of the year.
More collabs?
No, they're songs I wrote. So they're new songs that just kind of like, I'm just experimenting with different genres, I guess, once again. And so
once again,
I've just kind of like gone back and forth with like, I can't release this. No one's going to like it. They're just going to, no, they're not going to like it. And then back to, oh, this shit slaps. Wow, look at me. I'm talented as fuck. And then like, yeah, so they have been in the works for like a year now. So hopefully by the end of this year, they will be out in the wild.
Gotcha. Okay. I am definitely, I'm no fan of genre, so I'm all for, like, anytime anybody wants to do anything, like, Jamie could be like, I want to make a rap song, go for it. Please do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, I will risk everybody else's reputation and career.
Yeah.
So I get to hear a fun thing, I guess. So that's fine. So yeah, I'll always encourage you to experiment.
Yeah, I'm just looking for, I found somebody to do drums because that situation changed. So there was also that, people have babies and move and do all sorts of stuff. And then you have to plan accordingly.
Yes. Speaking of planning accordingly, I have to take a small break. I have to let Sugar out, my chihuahua. She can't jump off the bed. I have to lift her down and let her out of the room. So I will be I will be right back.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
sure. What are you up to?
I'm working on a poster for somebody right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I've been up to today, and then I just had to like run a bunch of stupid errands and have an existential crisis or two, What about you?
So like I never buy expensive shit, but like I bought this keyboard when I was like,
oh, the Moog?
Yeah, and it's fucking broken.
God damn it.
Which sucks. Yeah, because now I'm like, it's already hard enough. I'm like, I can't believe I spent all this money. I mean, they're gonna let me return it and all, but like I gotta like, then I don't know, it's like a whole, I'm not good with that kind of stuff socially. I mean, it'll be fine, but like now I'm like, oh, I bought this from you and it's broken, and I know it's not your fault, but can.
No, fuck them. You just got to be like, you sold me a faulty keyboard.
Yeah. I already emailed them and they said it was cool, but like, there's that weird shame that I have. Like, I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's just me that gets like that.
No, like, I get that way too. I'm the no worries if not girl.
Yeah. And then I'm like seething underneath.
Yeah.
Like you fucking scorned me.
Yeah, right. But on the outside, no worries if not.
Yeah. And then it spirals. Like I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go to the mall and eat Chinese food. And like, I would have never done this if it wasn't for you. Like, but I'm cool. Like that kind of thing.
Wow, he's a multifaceted man.
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Yes, hello. Hello again. Yeah, you sound dreadful, I guess. Yeah.
He's pissed.
Oh, yeah, you have the right to be pissed. What are we pissed about today, though?
I bought, so like, I was saying, I rarely make huge purchases, but like a couple of weeks ago, I found this like used Moog Sub 37, which is, well, there's a whole saga to that. I was like, trying to buy one from eBay, and it was going really well for like a good price. Then it got canceled because the person apparently was a scammer, according to the email that was sent to me from eBay. So then I got something up my ass where I'm like, well, no, I want this. So I scoured the internet to find something like similarly priced. Found one on used at like Guitar Center. So I was like, all right, I'll take it. I bought it at like 2:00 in the morning, which right off there like tells you like it was probably a poor decision. But you know, days go by. It feels like weeks. It's actually been 1.5 weeks. But like it finally arrived today after it was supposed to arrive Wednesday. It didn't. Supposed to arrive Friday. It didn't. And then I like went on a trip. And then the entire time I'm like refreshing like the tracking thing. I'm like,
relax.
yeah, I'm like, but every time I hit refresh, like someone sticks a needle in the back of the neck of the driver who's supposed to deliver it. So he's going to make it come faster, right? That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm just confirming that. So finally, then today it's supposed to arrive by 2:15. Doesn't arrive. Arrives at 3. So not too bad. But then I get it, and like the filter is broken. The headphone jack is broken. It's covered in like Coca-Cola residue.
Ew.
Like it's missing screws. So like now I got to return it. But like, and it was no problem. I emailed the like Guitar Center like, yeah, just bring it to your closest store. But now it's gonna start a whole chain reaction of other things where I go there and I'm gonna be sweating and shaking even though it's none of my fault or anything, and then I'll end up at the mall to get like overpriced Chinese food, which will inevitably make me sick, and then I'll feel guilt over that. And I don't know. I spin all these like problems out of stuff that's really no big deal. The most normal.
Sure. I'm sorry that your the purchase you were excited about turned out to be a sucky thing. That's That's not.
And then I was just like, no worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
that's
worries.
okay. You can piss in my face.
That's what happens under the surface. Yeah.
That's okay. You can shit on me. It's all right.
No, not you.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, like, I get the same way of like, okay, I'll just fucking take this, I guess. Like, let someone, piss on me or whatever.
Well, I get into that pattern where I'm like, maybe I can convince myself that this is okay. But I was a little mad that I did briefly for like 10 minutes until I was like, no, this isn't okay. Bring it back.
No. Yeah. Never come between a man and his moog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never.
Apparently, I've never had one. But yeah, now I understand.
I pretend as if I have one.
Yeah. I've
never had one.
You're too cool to need one. So.
Me?
Yeah.
I just use plugins.
Same. In the box. That's what happens when I try
in the box.
Yeah.
I know.
I grew up in
Oops, revealed.
I can't afford anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry your Moog screwed up. No, it's fine. I mean, this is our lives. This is how it happens. What possessed you to just be like, I want this fucking thing? Was there like a particular what made you decide like a Moog?
That and how stupid this is. I'm like, looks cool. But like
cool.
the real it's not so dumb. But like the real thing is that this show that I had that I can't talk about that's like booked internationally. My wife Elena's like coming and she's gonna play something, and I don't know. I just was like, oh, it'd be sick if I got this like new thing or whatever. And these things are like monophonic. I mean, she's way better at like playing these things than I am, which is the irony that like I thought that like, oh, let me get this monophonic thing where she can press one key at a time. But like it really was just like I just want something that looks cool as her.
Aw, that's actually super romantic.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
That's why you're so pissed.
Yeah.
Because it's about her.
Yeah, there you
it's not
go.
about the actual item.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad
really,
you're
everything in the box. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you're treating this instrument as an accessory to her.
Yeah.
So, and
that's not a stupid answer.
No,
I thought the stupid answer would be like, it would look cool in my Instagram reels.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, people start asking me technical questions. I'm like, it's got 37 keys. Like, I don't know. I'm not good at it.
37's my secret number.
Oh, shit. What happens when that comes up?
I don't know. I'm not even like particularly superstitious, but I just have like seen the number 37 everywhere for like my whole life. And then my best friend also does. So she made keychains and gave me one. It just says 37 on it.
Wow. Cool.
Whatever that means.
You have a secret number.
That's weird because I had a friend that was also obsessed with that number, and he did all the IT stuff for all the people in this area, like IT stuff, like basically like set our websites for whatever hobbies we had, and he called it 37 Industries.
Ooh.
But I never understood why he used that number.
So that
I don't know. Sometimes you just have this like.
So that you could
draw
meet
towards
Sam
a
Franco
number.
later. And
There
be
you
like,
go.
"Oh,
Yeah.
37
You
Industries
can
is
make
mine." Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, don't you get how 37 works? That's the secret number, dummy. Like,
everything's cosmic and predetermined.
Psychic magnet.
yeah, gosh. Oh, get with it.
Yeah. I'm back.
Interesting. Secret number. How?
Yeah, secret number. I don't know if it's gotten me anywhere so far, but it's there.
No,
I don't think it means anything.
For things like, if you decide that's your number and then everything you have to do has to be 37 instances, I'd be like, well, why not 4?
Yeah. Or you just like see something and you're like, oh, 37, I saw it. This means something. It's something good's going to happen. Yeah. I don't know. Or I'm just going to die at 37 or something. Like instead of the 27 club, it's the 37
I don't know
club.
how old you are. I assume everyone's old as fuck like me.
I'm 34.
Oh, okay.
So you soon.
I'm the inverse of that. I'm 43.
Gotcha.
You're younger than me? Oh my God.
No, wait, what?
No, I thought you said
40.
I'm younger than you, 43.
Oh, yeah, you are younger than me. You thought I was younger than you?
No, I thought you had told me before, so.
Oh, okay.
I remembered. You just look younger.
You do
Thanks.
look younger, yeah.
It's because you don't have kids. I don't have kids either.
It's your youthful, sort of youthful nature keeps you very young. And
every time a kid ages, it adds another year on top of that.
Wow.
Yeah, both you and your wife look really young.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very handsome people. I beheld you both in person, and
yeah, they're ugly for sure.
Yeah, talented and attractive and all that. Ugh, annoying. I could say the same about both of you. Actually, it's pretty frustrating, but you can leave some for the rest of us if you want to. Like, that's cool.
It came with a lot of trauma, so I don't know. The trade-off is shitty.
Actually, maybe that's where it comes from. You have to be raised Catholic.
Oh. You have to be, yes. Yeah. Okay. It's all that holy water that keeps us youthful. Fuck a skincare routine.
Gotcha.
It's baptism, baby.
Yeah.
And you get that donation clothes, and when you put it on, all that youth rubs off.
That's true.
Stays and gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. Yeah, between that and all the like trauma, keeps you young. We're like, okay, good point.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, Catholicism is trauma enough. Like, just that's why David's having such a hard time returning that Moog.
Well, I was actually gonna suggest that probably was the root of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Eternal damnation.
Eternal damn fucking nation for you.
Hey, Catholics have their music is popping off though, Yeah. If you've ever heard a choir in a cathedral, have you even lived?
Well, all right.
I actually do decorate with like
noise.
Huh?
Nature's wall of noise.
Yep. I actually do decorate my space with like candles with like Jesus on them and Mary, and I have crosses and like sacred. Huh?
Yeah. I was gonna say, did I send you the pictures of like the room that I work on all this stuff in?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I surround myself with it. I don't. And then for the record, I mean, you don't believe in this stuff either, right? Like, I don't believe in it, but like, it's like,
it's like culturally relevant though.
Yeah.
I don't know what your background is, but I'm Mexican. I grew up in a Mexican household. Spent a lot of time in Mexico. It's just part of it's like enmeshed in the culture, so it just feels comforting in that way.
Yeah.
But no, I'm atheist.
From Brazil, so it, like everyone around there. But like at the same time, I was watching her family like kind of shame her for not being as strict as like they were. But like at the same time, she just kind of like she's like like pushing all that like onto me and my sister. So like, it's just like ingrained.
It just like weakened as it trickled down through the family.
Yeah, exactly. It dilutes. I saw like a thing like pouring a little bit, like they're calling it trauma. It's like a little bit of coffee in like a cup, and then like
it's decaf now.
Yeah. They start like pouring water in, and then it's just like this light brown, and like hopefully, ideally, it like as it keeps going down, the water just it's like clearer and clearer.
Yeah, so that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Crosses are cool.
Good job.
Jesus, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but no kids for me, so that'll be the end of this bloodline.
Yep, same. Pretty happy about it.
Same. Genetic suicide, Brian.
Yeah. Wow. Got heavy deep. Cool. These are what the people want, I guess. I don't know. But I agree. I mean, I grew up religious. I'm not Catholic, but, you know, and let me rephrase. I was never forced to go do anything, but I grew up around a lot of religious people, and, I don't know that the religious iconography I find, haunting and scary.
Yeah.
Like it's
really?
Yeah, like growing up as a kid, like the idea of like you will be sent to a place of eternal torture and punishment for thought crimes was horrifying, terrifying. You're gonna have all these terrible things done to you forever because of a thing you couldn't help. Yeah, that sounds that was enough to keep me up at night at times. Like it was terrifying as a kid. And so, I mean, Christian tradition to me is just like, you know, crosses and things like that. I have such a soft spot for like religious horror in like my films and everything because that shit is scary to me. I think of the threat of punishment. I'm sure, is that sort of the experience for the two of you? I mean, it kind of sounds like it based on your answers.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah, you go first. I have a very specific one. So
I never felt that way because, like, I got to be, like, so for real with you guys. Even as a kid, I thought it was all made up. I was just like, I don't know, we go to church and we, like, sing songs and eat like, these wafers, and I get to drink wine as an 8-year-old. So, I don't know. It was, like, it never felt, like, real to me. It didn't feel as, like, threatening as just, like, being a woman in the world. Like, to me, that's far more terrifying than the idea of this kind of like, I don't know, if like esoteric kind of just like damnation. No. So I never really felt that way, but it was funny because like I grew up in a suburban town where everybody was Christian. Like everyone was white and Christian. And so when I was in middle school, I didn't really have any friends. So I begged my mom to take me to Bible study because that's where all the cool kids went. So I like forced myself into Bible study. And at that point I was like, yeah, hell no, it's not worth it for the friends. Like I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's like terrifying to me. It's more so, I guess, like fascinating that like what it means to different people, you know. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Saint Maud.
Yes.
Did you see that? Yeah. The movie's fucked up.
It is.
Yeah, and like how it's like it's her entire just like existence is to, I guess, torture herself in the name of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh my God. Just this got dark, but yeah. Anyway, that's my long answer for a short question. What about you, David?
Yeah,
those are the best answers. Well, I mean, you know, like figuring out things that are like wrong with the church. Like I remember figuring out, you know, when the church was talking about like, hey, people are bad and things like this. And like I remember me and my sister getting into Queen and like, you know, and all of a sudden like immersing into that and like figuring out who Freddie Mercury was. And then this was around the same time they did, is it Live Aid thing he did? Like right after he died? Yeah. And that, I was like, well, how does that work? Like he likes a guy, and obviously, you know, we're so young, we didn't know anything about sex, anything like that. Like, he is in love with a man, and then God gives him this disease, and then he just dies. Like, and then I remember I was like, does this mean if like I really like my friends, like not only does that mean I'm gay, but like I'm gonna contract some disease and die, you know? And then I had to have all these conversations, and then like that's when I learned about like all of that stuff, and I'm like, well, it can't help if like they love someone else. Like I was like, so wait, no matter who they love, they'll get this disease, and they're like, no, that's something completely different, you know? And I was like, well, then if everyone believes this is wrong, right? And it was basically my dad was just like, yeah, that's wrong. Like, you shouldn't believe that way. They don't know what they're talking about. And then that was like the first seed for me to like start to realize that like all of this was like bullshit, just bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very specific thing for me.
Gotcha. A very a good reason. I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Agree. Well, none of us like religion very much, so I'm glad we all have that in common.
But we do love Freddie Mercury.
We do love Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
We all win.
That's a true angel.
Yes.
That is a true angel.
We get to win.
Him and all his cats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Freddie Mercury. Hell yeah. Great. Favorite Queen song?
Favorite Queen song? You know what? Like, because, well, obviously, like, there was, like, all the Wayne's World stuff, and that's how I first heard them. But then, like, right when that happened, the first new album that came out was Innuendo. So I actually still gravitate toward Innuendo, the title track.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sam, do you have a...
Whenever I get asked a question like this with somebody with such a huge catalog, I forget every single thing they've ever made. So we'll say I really like The Show Must Go On. I like the
same album
behind it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Good choices. What am I even gonna fucking? It's the same thing for me. It's like, it's your fucking answer, smart guy. And then I'm like,
hey, it's your question.
Yeah, I know. Fucking, and then I'm the one that like blanks on it.
Backfired. Yeah, you're like, I don't even know any Queen songs.
I've never even heard Queen.
Name 3 songs.
Or those t-shirts away.
Yeah.
I like Radio Gaga, actually.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Good choices.
You can live.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You don't have to return your Target t-shirts.
My Target t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oof.
I just heard from Freddie Mercury. He just told me.
Yeah.
Okay, so topical to our little scene, I did just see the advertisement on my Instagram today. Well, this is somewhat relevant because he mentioned Target shirts and Queen. 9 Inch Nails, Doc Martens collaboration.
I saw that.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm in their Discord, so I saw that. Interesting times.
How do we feel about that? Are we shitting grumpy about it? Because I could give a fuck.
You know,
Can't give a fuck.
I kind of don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, you cut out.
Oh, I cut out?
Yeah.
Wait, am I still there?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I was going to say, like, I already know he's, let him get paid. He's, like, already, like, working with Apple and, like, doing all this other stuff. I mean, I don't know if I would buy 9 cents. Well, I want to see him. I'm trying to look him up on my other computer, but... No.
I don't think there's pictures of them yet, right?
No,
Wow.
there are in the Discord because there's a contest going on. I got a notification today. And, I wouldn't say no to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, and we live in a time where your music isn't enough, and you have to be basically a fucking brand.
Yeah.
So, in order to maintain your, I guess, station in life, you have to act accordingly. And there are worse people to collaborate with. It's not Lockheed Martin or anything.
Right. Okay.
If that was the case, I'd be like, weird, but
yeah.
Not
that
I'm trying
bad.
to think what their collab would be, actually.
Yeah.
Boeing.
It's just
A
like
Boeing collab?
missile says fist bump or something. I don't know. Horrible. Don't do that.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Don't do collabs with Lockheed Martin, please.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like it is a matter of like you have to make yourself into a fucking brand anymore. That does sort of put me. I would feel remiss if I didn't get a chance to say this. I admire you very much for your willingness, you Sam, your willingness to stand above a crowd and get loud about shit. It is a thing I enjoy doing myself, and I admire you for your tenacity and your courage and willingness to be the dissenting voice in a crowd. So I don't have a follow-up question, really. I just wanted to take a second to recognize you for that and thank you for it, because we that's what this scene needs more of. What all scenes need more of people willing to be a fucking voice that doesn't just go along or that skips. I'm not gonna say anything because then I want to fucking or less of that. So yeah, thank you. That's it.
Well, thank you for admiring that, because I always I realize that anytime I say something, I'm like shooting myself in the foot. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, I just can't not say stuff. And I admire Vision Videos, another band that does it a lot, and like mm-hmm. they're successful and they're still able to do that. And like mm-hmm. I don't know, like I went to a Nine Inch Nails show last summer, and there was a guy wearing a Skinny Puppy t-shirt next to me. So first of all, he's at a Nine Inch Nails show wearing a Skinny Puppy t-shirt. Two bands that talk about politics a lot. And this guy threatened to beat the shit out of me for standing next to him. And it's just like moments like that, I just realized, oh, you're one of those people that don't read the lyrics. Like, you don't listen to the lyrics. You just like oons. And I just like think that you're just like, frankly, you're just a fucking poser. If you're like involved in a scene, but you're like this right-wing, like macho douchebag. So I don't know, like, I feel like there are a lot of posers out there. And I know that I'm not like I don't outwardly look like a punk or anything, but I feel like that feistiness is in me. Like, I can't get rid of it. And it would be like the ultimate poser move on my behalf to not say stuff that I feel very passionately about. I put it in my songs and I put it in my social media presence. And that's just like part of who I am. And the people that like it, and the people that don't can go get fucked. So that's how I see it.
Excellent. Well said. 100%.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. They don't read the lyrics, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can move on from this topic, but yeah, a lot of that lately. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate that about you. It is I'm a proponent of people being loud and people speaking up. A thing I wanted I did want to say about you, David, as well. This is, not to like make this awkward and put you on the spot or anything, but I did want to just take a chance to tell you that I've received so many compliments on my episode of Void Signal with you, just from so many people who are like, I haven't listened to a lot of episodes, but the one where, it'll be somebody who's listened to all of them, and they're like, oh, that episode with David Dutton, he's so wonderful, he's so sweet, so funny, and I've been meaning to have you back on forever for that reason. So thank you for coming out and blessing my little show with your presence again, and for being like a cool guy. Like I'm going to use this term, and I don't mean it negatively because I use it regarding myself as well, but a soft man. Oh,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I accept that.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. Just like somebody who's like, yeah, I have like emotions and shit, and that's totally fine.
No, I think more people should admit to that. And it's funny how, I don't know how everyone's journey is and like figuring that out, but like I used to be into like, I don't know, I used to watch a lot of MMA of like all things, but not because I was just like, I love violence, but like, you explored this stuff that like I was afraid of because I would get beat up when I was younger and things like that. And then you eventually learn like it's cool to not like this stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, and I think it's like cool to like voice that out too. And to care about what people, I always treated everyone as like an equal person, like talking to them as if, yeah, they're a regular person, not like, I don't know how you would say it. Yeah, or like, this is a man, this is a woman, or you know what I mean? Like, everybody has the same feelings, and that stuff shouldn't matter.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I don't think people should. I don't know, maybe some people look at it that way, and they don't even like think, they don't even know that they're doing it or something, but yeah, it's important to like be in touch with like everything. Like, I cry a lot. Weird. I cry more now than like when I was like a teenager or like in my 20s. I don't know if that's just like getting older and like
Damn,
really
same.
like empathizing
Yeah.
with things. Oh, yes.
Same, actually.
Yeah, no, dude,
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
no
yeah.
shame about it. I'm just like, man, I
Yeah.
fucking cry. It feels good.
Oh yeah.
Like, it feels good. And I think that like when you're a teenager, you're trying so hard to like have things together, like act cool or whatever, that you kind of dull out that emotion and you just kind of soldier on and you're like, I gotta get through high school and shit.
Yeah.
But when you're older, you're like, fuck it, crying feels great. I fucking pencil it in every afternoon. Daily cry.
Yeah,
I
dude.
always wonder if that's what it needs. Like someone needs like a good cry to like pull down the like facade or something like that of like
Fuck yeah.
what they think they're supposed to be.
100%.
Yeah, it helps you think. Yeah, it helps you think clearer too.
Because it's an expression of your emotion. Like it feels as involuntary sometimes as sneezing as just like this is a thing that has to come out of me. Like I was at Mechanismus Festival just a week or so ago, having such a fantastic time surrounded by people who are like, oh yeah, the lineup is a bonus, but they were there for me, and I cried my eyeballs out about it because like how wonderful, how special. Like, but you know, I cry so much more now than I did when I was younger. I pushed it all down.
And happy tears are the best ones. Those are the ones that I think come with age.
Yeah.
Because like when I was younger, I was like, why do people cry when they're happy? Like I just laugh or smile or whatever. And it's like, no, you don't get it until you've seen death.
Yes. I was like, I used to do the same thing. I would be like, oh, they're crying because they're happy. That's weird. Like, but you know.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. But then it happens to you and you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. No, and you are a beloved part of the scene because you are just like, this is a selfless thing that you do. Like you're doing it for other people. You're not, you know, and it's just, you don't care how many fucking Spotify monthly listeners somebody has or like who their friends are or whatever. You just do it because you love people and you love the music. And I think that's pretty badass.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Are you gonna happy cry? Please.
No, not this time. No, sorry.
Damn it.
No. Do it for us. Let's hear it. I've cried on voice signal like once or twice. I don't need to do it again. We're keeping it to a minimum. Only the patrons get to hear me cry. Like they pay extra.
That's
for
extra.
It. Yeah.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay. I actually was gonna start having like more extended cut episodes where like we talk shit like as soon as the credits roll. So it's like, oh, if you want to hear us talk shit, like you gotta pay it. Like,
ooh,
yeah.
Insider information.
Yeah, see, that's how you get the people.
That's actually smart. Yeah, that's a smart move.
Because if you pay me if you want to hear the dirt. Okay, I don't want to keep you both too terribly long. The question that I wanted to put to you both is, what is something that you're enjoying recently? Just something that you're jazzed about. Well, whoever has an answer.
David, go first.
Oh crap. Okay. I don't know. I was like really into the Bear season 3. I don't know if anyone watches that show other than me. Especially, I don't know. I literally have like no. Do either
the restaurant one?
Yes.
I've seen like one episode, so I can't speak to it.
Yeah, me either.
Okay. I think it's really worth it, especially, or at least for someone my age. Where I don't know. There's like a thing with like a character who's like around my age in the similar kind of like mindset. Like, what am I doing? Like that kind of thing or whatever. What am I doing with my life or whatever? And it like, at least in season 2, like pays off in a really good way. That was a thing that made me cry. And I was like, oh, but like in a good way. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Richie. His name's Richie.
Okay.
Yeah. They just did season 3 and I like burgered it in like 2 days. Like I watched the entire thing.
Burgered it.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as season 2, but like it murdered it in a good way.
Murdered. I thought you said burgered, like a hamburger. And I was like, oh, that's a fun term. I want to burger something.
Dude, how am I skipping over this? My bad. Something I love? I love fucking baking now.
Hell yeah, you do.
Whoa.
Yeah. Did you know about this?
No.
His bread.
No.
I've been making bread like no one's fucking business. Like, I had like... I don't know when exactly happened. I guess it happened like the beginning of this year or whatever. I don't even know what got, but everyone for years is like, you should try cooking. And like, it got more into my ass, like, you know, watching the Bear, like they're cooking all the time. So like, for whatever reason, I tried cooking things. I tried doing like potato dishes.
You were brewing, right? For a while there? You were like trying to do your own home brewing and stuff?
Yeah. and that was actually how this like really latched on to me, because yeast.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a huge leap.
Yeah,
I know plenty of people who do micro batches and also bake. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, for me, yeah, I don't know. That's what it took. It was like the one thing I liked more about like brewing was like, I don't care how much alcohol's in it. It's just like I was really fascinated by yeast in general, like and like, you know, the way that like, yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about this, like my whole theory on life. All right, anyway, yeah, as far as the yeast, I was like, oh, I can bring yeast into this, and like, so it's the same thing. Like, you're caring for them in a different way. It's a lot less, you know, because you're basically done in a couple of days. Like, as far as like with like weeks with the brewing yeast or whatever. But like, yeah, I've been like just getting into perfecting like a country loaf, just like fucking white flour, you know, like right down to basics. And so I don't know, I've had such a good reception. It's like so nice too, because it's like, you know, with music, I got to force these people to sit down and maybe listen for 5 minutes, and then I'll get, that's nice. Like, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, or I get like, but like with this bread stuff, it's like, I give it to kids and they're like, I love this. And so it's been like really like this is what I need to do. Like, this makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like,
so, I mean, when you go tour from here on out, you can bring like loaves of bread with you.
Dude, we have been talking about this. Yeah. So I started doing bulk cold fermentation. So now I can make the dough, which I actually did this morning again.
Wow.
And then I can put it in the oven in the morning. Because at first I was like, oh, this bread's all going to go bad. And I'm like, wait, I can make all these loaves, bake them in the morning, sell like 4 like loaves as merch.
Dude, honestly, and you could also like put your initials on it.
Yeah, because, well, that's the other thing. I got to get good at scoring, because like that's another thing I'm trying. I'm good with the like one vertical score to get that good ear. I don't know if you know that term. The ear.
I don't. Just learned something.
Oh, okay.
Wow, how informative.
It's like on those loaves where it like sticks up, and it like, when it swells in the oven, you get this like nice like pointed burned part that just, I don't know, it looks awesome. But like I just learned how to do that. So, but yeah, now I want to learn how to like put stuff on it. So I'm like, I could carve a logo in.
You could.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exciting.
It's just crazy. I like it. Yeah, that's I was about to just like burst over something like, oh, I like the Knock Loose album, but I'm like, no, like baking like changed my life.
I'm elated at the thought of being able to one day taste your bread. So
Dude, it'll actually happen. This is what's going to happen whenever I have a thing like this, and I know I'm going to see someone. I'm already doing it I have a label meeting on Friday, and I haven't even told them, but I'm making bread for them and bringing it.
Damn, you are such a sweet man.
Kind of excited.
Damn, dude.
You're literally the man that puts the bread on the table.
Yeah.
No one can call me useless when I put that bread on the
table. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad that you have found a thing that is, or a thing has found you from the sound of it, based on your enthusiasm for it. Nice. Excellent. Sam, all right, follow that up, I guess.
Fuck. Well, I mean, I used to bake a lot, but like, that's not my answer. Lately, I started working for a fashion designer, so I assist in sewing, and we sew things for like major label artists. And something that I've been very interested in ever since I started working with her is I've been sewing for like almost a decade. But I've never really been too experimental with like the materials that I make things out of. And she made this dress for Vanessa Hudgens out of yarn, and it all looks like spider webs that are just like dripping off of her. And so I've just been really going around and around in my head of like what I want to make for myself that's made with kind of like unconventional materials. So I'm still obsessed with the idea of, you know, making clothes and stuff, but it has shifted focus into like, okay, but like textile wise, what are we going to do? So I think I've been thinking about that a lot, about making it a little bit more multimedia and incorporating like sculpture and yarn and like just weird stuff.
We like weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
Dude, and she's that good at it. I mean, I know you've probably seen pictures of what she's done, but she's so good at it.
Yes.
Thanks.
You are quite good at it. Like a lot of your music videos, your photography, a lot of your stuff, everything just always looks so good. So like, yeah, the love and care that you put into it shows. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad that And it's fun to be inspired about a thing that's like you've loved it, but something else sort of makes you see it maybe a little bit differently, like having filters added or lenses or whatever. I like that.
Yeah, and I think when somebody else is passionate, like bringing it all back to the collaboration, like when somebody else is like fuck yeah about something, it makes you feel that way too after something has felt so stale for a long time. Because like the song that we wrote is basically about us feeling like, what the fuck are we doing in music? And and like funny enough that making that song together made me want to write more songs. So I guess it worked.
But you know, so, like even in the middle, like so like after I don't even think we didn't get into when I like sent you the first proof, I had like this accident over the summer, and it for like months I was just like, I don't think I want to do music, and so it was real weird having this like mostly finished song just like sitting over our heads, and then so it was like getting over that to like get back to it and then finish it. It was it's poignant stuff. It's like weird.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you both made it happen and you enriched us with it. What the hell have I been enjoying lately? Okay. Mechanismus Festival is the thing waiting to fall out of my mouth. I had such a fantastic time seeing Ali hanging out with the Mechanismus crew and going into like the green room and running into people I know, people who were headlining, have been on the show, who I've been in contact for years with, and nonetheless to go back to Seattle 2 years later, 100 pounds lighter, and run into people who are like, "Oh my God, you look like a different," and it was amazing, and it was a thing that I sort of observed not only about myself there, but also sort of about the performers and the people in our scene, is that we operate inside all these disparate bubbles, and we feel like we're not doing anything. We feel like we're spinning ourselves into the void. But then you go out and you're around people who are like, this thing you do matters, or, helps you feel real. And like, oh, my friends from the internet, they are not just, nice lines on a screen. They are real people who came here for me or what have you. So it's amazing to finally be able to go to a festival or go to a show or go to a thing where people recognize the things you've done and, oh, your song, or, oh, your performance, or you're this or you're that. Like, validation is what it has given me, and it's been wonderful. I've been just riding high on life from doing that. Good shit.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, that is all she wrote. That is it. Thank you both so much for coming on the humble old Void Signal and hanging out.
Void Signal intro and outro courtesy of Processor. Visit processor2.bandcamp.com for more Processor, and visit voidsignal.net to help support the creation of more Void Signal. Stay safe, stay loud.